You want to look at it?
I make a motion, we accept the minutes as written.
I'll second. Second? All in favor? And we sign that.
Dale, you want an agenda?
Go on, along.
You want an agenda? I didn't know if you were gonna stay or not.
You just say the excitement.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to see what's going on.
All right, I'll give you an
Well,
agenda.
You guys get all this excitement going already.
Exciting.
Do that, I gotta go home.
Next Tuesday will be the exciting day.
Okay.
My daughter works for a bank. And I was talking to her one day, and I was telling her we went through a revaluation. That's the first thing she said was, people are gonna be calling the banks for the escrow and stuff. You know, because everybody's taxes now are pretty much figured into their payment. You know, because of that, the loss that they all, the banks took in the eighties and stuff like that. So you're not the only one.
No, I know, obviously, right?
Yeah. All right, review and approve, August 25th, 2021.
I make a motion, we sign the warrant as written.
Second? Four you signed too, right?
Yeah.
T request. Socially distant plaque from Jim to the fall. What's that all about, Danielle?
Cynthia Mason came in today. And the adult education Tai Chi instructor is doing, lessons in Buxton. And it's socially distanced every 6 feet, and people take off their masks, and they keep the numbers low. They just wanna ask if that's something that they can have here. And I told her I would ask you guys. I was a little concerned because Ariel's having her remote learning / after school program here. And I think she's got kind of full reign of that part of the building, but you guys, I'll give it to you guys, and whatever you wanna do.
Yeah, I think you're right. She come first, so.
Last time we did Tai Chi, the kids always had to shift out and shift in while they were having their class. They couldn't go through the gym and everything, and we're trying to keep everything clean, and I don't know, it's just one more exposure. And we're limiting all the other outside events, so.
They will shut everything else down. I would
Yeah.
say yes to
Yeah,
that.
so, yeah,
Too much of a cross-contamination issue.
Right.
especially what's just happened in the last 2-3 days.
So that'd be I'm sorry, I can't see on my screen. So is that a negative
Yeah,
on that?
I would say that.
Okay.
Claim deed for Pearl Drive. Paid up. So we get a motion to sign the claim deed.
Make a motion to sign the quick claim deed as written.
Second?
Well, that's one off the plate.
That's one off the plate, yeah.
That's been a long going thing.
Yeah. Given road issues. What's that all about?
We got a call today, actually 2 people complained of the same issue and we were gonna give it to Wes. 19 Dearborn Road, it is a condemned house, we think, and they're seeing a lot of activity there. There was a car that was flipped out on its hood, upside down, half in the road, there's a lot of junk, and people are wondering what's going on with it and how to stop it.
At, Ed Libby's house.
Yep.
Well, I was up there, took a look at it Sunday, wondering what's going on myself. To begin the story, I had a report of a person living across the street and down the property from, Norton Blake, and the roof was sagging bad, and so I took a look at it, it's a garage barn. So I knocked on the door, and so I just looked at his name, Tom Chinkum. Just below from me, and right next to Ed Libby's house at 112 of the hill. You know, Tom seems to be okay, he's below the hill, but I was satisfied with no problem there, so I swung up on Dearborn Road, and the yard's as messy as it was before, a couple changed vehicles, there was a Mercedes, the windows were all smashed out and everything, but not, it's a lock on the door, it doesn't look like anybody's staying there.
They called the sheriff, and the sheriff came out and they talked to the sheriff, and they said that it's, a town issue to clean it up and investigate it further, so we were gonna give it to you.
Well, that was the house where, Ida and
Leon and I.
lived, and Ida moved off to his daughters, and he died last winter. They've been dating since.
Wasn't it
I had
condemned?
talked to Ed Libby late last fall, and he said he really did want wanna be a landlord, didn't wanna own the house, and the house isn't worth anything anyhow. A little prematurely, but I did talk to a builder developer who could be interested in buying the flip of land. The house isn't worth anything, but, buy the land's non-conforming, but if he built the house further up on, it'd be further up the road, further from the brook, so it's still non-conforming, but it improves the situation than it is right now.
Well, it's still in their name, so that's
Oh, yeah.
between the owner and,
Still
yeah.
at Libby? Yeah,
Send them a letter to get it cleaned up.
I talked to him personally last fall, and had some promises in the wind, but nothing like home to mother for.
Well, this is just recent though, that's a huge issue,
So,
so.
I can reinitiate it, and, see if we can solve something.
Yeah.
We get a paper trail.
Even see if, he's willing to sell it to the builder, it all depends on what the builder's willing to pay for it, what he thinks it's worth, the house is worth it.
There's a house down the back of that too, isn't there?
Is it? Where the house is the house is probably 20 feet off the road.
Yep.
And the brook behind it is probably 30 feet from the house.
That's right.
But the brook diverges further. I think the brook is, no, I think they own property beyond the brook, but because the brook is there, you really don't have too much access to the land behind it.
That's the place that all the tires stacked up for a while.
Oh, yeah, he the tires on his other property there, 112 Douglas Hill. I counted them one time, they're like 55 tires, they're all pretty brand new, I mean, how, where's it worked out? He's a car mechanic who got these dreams of making money, but he's never produced, he just doesn't put two and two together, nothing happens. So, okay, I'll,
Get something in writing to him. You said we're up there last fall to now, nothing's been
see
done.
if things can be resolved a little better. He did have other personal problems last fall, but I'm not gonna bring them up right now.
Yeah, there's something writing to them. Kind of get things moving, get that mess cleaned up.
I've met with him twice, and we have a halfway decent rapport, so, I think it's going. Okay.
Tax bill property assessment. Keepers.
I'll open the floor.
We just wanted to make sure that was the process you guys wanted us to follow with all the phone calls and stuff.
Yeah.
Is that okay to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, do you think, I mean, this one poor guy comes in and 30 people come at him, what's gonna get resolved at that point? Is he gonna just take the mindset back of like, what, in all reality, what's gonna get resolved for the individual person on that?
You're gonna listen to me?
Not just listen, but, kind of come to the understanding of what KRT has evaluated us at.
Yeah.
And then be more not willing to work with you, or be more like sympathetic to following,
I could lend a little bit to conversation. I had a nephew who went through education training to be an assessor. It's quite involved, and you have pre-tests and whatnot, and I don't know how it works, but nothing's arbitrary. They do have guidelines to go by, and then they have to work under a mentor for a year,
Right.
and which he did and whatnot. So I'm sure whatever's being assessed, there's a mystery that the questions have to be asked, but on the other hand, things are not, Kentucky windage and arbitrary. They do have some pretty good guidelines to go by and whatnot. So, my assessment went up $50,000. I paid $12 more tax. So I could speak too, but I'm not.
Well, mine went up 140. Yeah, so. That's quick.
Your issues are pretty black and white though, square footage is off.
Square footage
In
and
the
the
new
view
tax.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the new
Right.
tax.
That's what I mean, I just, to me, I don't know if it's stuff, if I still gonna do abatement anyway, why would I, am I gonna come and talk to Ben and be part of the mob that comes at it type of thing, you know what I mean? It has to be formatted in a way where he's just not.
Yeah, we'll talk to him tomorrow.
Yeah.
find out what he wants to do, cause you're right, he could get hit by 20 people all at once.
Oh, of course.
And that ain't gonna.
Is any fair to him, because
No, it's
he's
not.
walking into it blind.
That's
type of
right,
thing.
and time-wise and stuff, it isn't fair to him. and
Right,
stuff, so,
right, exactly.
this ain't a 10-minute deal usually to get through and stuff.
Right, right, because everybody's got their own concern and why they landed and what theirs and that. But,
But then he'll be able to tell you, why it's assessed the way it is,
mm,
you know.
so just more of an informational money rather than a tap ban type of thing.
Well, I would think he would have to take the figures back to the office and reprocess some of the stuff.
So in your opinion, I should just do the abatement anyways, or, and then talk to Ben?
Yeah.
Or when I did the abatement, who would I actually, do I talk to anybody when the abatement goes out? I don't talk to anybody.
Big thing is, dating that. Once you give the form to me, I date, receive, time and date. I give it to him, he times and dates it, and he has a certain amount of time he has to respond.
Yeah.
So he says, I'm on the clock on this one. So the most important thing is this, get the form in first, then make your phone calls.
Right.
That's what he's told me anyway.
I'll get it over to you tomorrow.
We're the only town in the area that does that. Every other town, you work with the assessors only, that's it. He has Gorham, for an example, and he does all the Gorham stuff, and it's cut and dry with him. He's the only one you work with.
Mhm.
Whereas you take down Standish, they got their town assessor and stuff, so you work with him and stuff like that.
Yeah, they've got special appointed people for,
Yeah.
going assessment.
Yeah.
They ride by your house and see if you got a deck on it. And then you get a tax bill and then.
They've asked us to lean that way too.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it's gonna go yet and stuff, so. I get good things and good feelings and bad feelings. Just.
But as a town, we can't get run over like the rest of the state, you know what I mean? We're not, like I said, we have nothing as a town, not that, I would do the best of my life all over the place here, it's not that we don't have anything, but value-wise to somebody that wants to move here,
Yesterday, my son is on vacation, so I've been staying at his place down in Falmouth. And you wanna see some houses, go to Falmouth.
Mm.
But yesterday, we got a little night bored, so we started taking a ride, we went up through Durham, Freeport, and up to. They're the same way that we are, only they get hit harder. On, all the little fields and stuff all get built up in the houses out there.
No, of course, yeah. Family land worth $1 million now,
Well, then that's what's happening here. There's still land that you can buy here for $10,000 an acre. You go down to Pownell, or you go to Gorham, some of that land's $80,000 an acre.
Well, like I said, it's the desirability of it, who wants to raise a family and.
But people are wanting to get away from that.
Town, no school, one store,
One
one
store,
traffic
right.
light.
Yeah,
Bad road.
yeah, but then, right now, there's a step to come this way.
Yeah, that's been, everybody said that for the last 10 years, I see it out in the whole sprawl, you see it, it's not, like I said, I love the town, but it's not desirable.
Well, we're lucky that we limited the number of permits that you can do a year to 15.
Yeah.
But like Wes says, he does between 9 and 11 every year.
Yeah.
So you take that back 10 years, that's 100 new houses in 10
Oh, yeah,
years.
yeah.
And.
Yeah, we have plenty of land to absorb that.
Well, everybody thinks all Baldwin is 113. It's not.
No.
As you know where you live. I mean, who would have thought 40 years ago there'd be 4 houses right where you live?
Right.
That stayed as woodland for a long time, but you enjoy it over there.
But when it grows up to that point where we're Falmouth and we have things like that, then I will be able to accept a land evaluation versus where we are today, and it's not gonna change really in my lifetime, you know what I mean? It's really not, as long as I can, I've been here 53 years, almost 54.
What will be?
I'm on the Merch Road over in Sebago, not Baldwin, but Sebago Plaza, yeah. I'm on the other end.
They built a new house almost across them. Yeah, but you've been over there.
Yeah, that house is worth less than mine. Supposed to see my greenhouse over there. Yeah. You was probably here before, obviously. But, yeah, it's just the assessment of it, Yeah, you must have given a permit to Everything's finished, everything's nice and new. Garage is finished, right?
I'm trying to picture which house is this.
You go by Ward Fishes, you're coming in from Sebago.
Okay, yeah.
And then it starts after the town line with Baldwin, as it starts, that house, and then that other house got it, just built up a little bit.
I'm permitting up there, you know.
Oh, really? You know, illegal house.
I know you've been over there. This is
I've been by the tower over there, and,
No, you gotta get up the long hill.
Yeah.
Turn on Red Road, 14C. Fire Lane 14C. Right across from the dump. Before the dump. That way.
Up by the log cabins and stuff.
oh, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
up on the right-hand side.
That's another route, yeah.
That big blue house with a giant garage.
Yeah.
And 3 stories. That breaks less than his place.
Don't got an answer.
Right. So I guess another one issue is, and then, okay, so let's just say everything stays at appraised value. Alden only needs so much money. You get 2,000 extra out of me, you get 3,000 out of Brian. We're gonna have a hell of a surplus come, you know, where does that go? You guys hold it for us until you decide when we can have it back, or is it, why didn't our mill rate go down? It should be around $9, according to this assessment and the amount of money that the town needs. To keep me at even 500 more than what I paid last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where's all the surplus money gonna go if everybody paid what ARP says the house is worth? We have to spend money like drunken soldiers, does it go into a big slush fund somewhere?
General fund.
Yeah.
And then, you know.
Okay, hold this $2,000 for me, will ya? Jimmy? So, I guess the question is, did your budget go up this year? It's town money you need to run.
Not this year.
And then your mill rate should be, like you said, down, because you get that much more money coming in, you've got the total amount, you've got your budget, and then you're allowed to take 5% on your overlay, that most you can take by state law, from your budgeted money. So you got $1 million you budgeted, you take 5% of that for slush fund, sort of. Well, you know that, that's what you do. So if your budget stays the same, and the value went up 10%, then it's gonna correlate down to the mill rate go up, then 13%.
Yeah.
But it isn't, why? Did your budget go up?
No.
That you have to know. We gotta see the figures on that, we don't do math. It's basically how the town is run.
Ready. Taxes on your land, did they go up?
Taxes stayed about the same on the land. Yeah. It's the rest of the town, like hers and everybody else's houses went up.
Some went down.
Some went down, yeah. Majority of them went
They
up.
set a rule with a reval is 1/3 goes up, 1/3
So
goes
you
down,
take
and 1/3 stays the same.
Okay. You take the figure from last year, the total valuation of the town, take the figure from this year's total valuation of the town, you see what the difference is. The budget stays the same, that difference correlates with mill rate. Am I wrong?
The mill rate did go down, went from 15 to 13.
Yeah, I know,
Okay.
but just go down now. That's why I wanna know how much the budget was last year compared to this year, and how much the value went up last year to this year.
We can look at that.
That's what we need to know.
I think that would be an interesting question for Dan, because I think his answer is gonna be that he recommended the selectmen set the mill rate based on the valuation of the town and what the budget was. What the budget was, we voted in last March.
Right. We got to know the two figures to figure it out.
And, you know, I mean, I don't think there's extra money involved in any of this. I think it was a simple math problem.
Yeah.
Divide one into the other and boom, out comes the mill rate.
Yeah, that's right. No, you guys
That
have
was
figures.
my impression.
So who sets the mill rate, actually? After you give your budget?
Cumberland County Assessor and Debbie set the mill rate.
You set the mill rate, Cumberland County Assessor and Deputy set the mill rate?
Yeah.
You guys voted on the mill rate.
Yeah.
We
So
voted
technically
we
you
voted to
said-
accept it.
You set it they recommended it to you.
But you have to do the homework, see if that is correct, or you accept something. And you can't know that unless you've got them 4 figures inside. You can't possibly know that. You just gotta look into it. That's all. So if Debbie set the mill rate along with the other person with it,
Then,
Lynn Thompson,
and Ben Thompson and the,
Cumberland County.
company,
yeah,
they should have the figures.
they should have the figures,
Exactly, they should have run this right now, I walk in there and go, yeah.
maybe Tuesday night.
Yeah.
That'd be, I mean, those would be nice figures to have.
Okay, that's what I'd like to have.
Well, I can tell you right now, I got them right here in front of me now.
Okay,
But these are, when they first figured the mill rate, they made a mistake because they didn't take out the betting out of the value of the town.
did they take out the lot?
The betting, the business equipment tax and stuff.
They did not.
No, they made a mistake. That's why we had to re-vote on the mill rate. It went from 13.15 to 13.62.
You know, you hold that scenario, like, okay, so that's the amount of money, if that's the case, you know, that's big in front of you. That's the money that you need off of me to run the town the same as you did the year before, so I'm paying $2,000 more than somebody else in town is paying the less money. I'm taking the brunt of it, is that what it is? Or the people like me, Brian, you know what I mean, are we taking the brunt of it, so other people's taxes will go down? Well, there's a lot more people's taxes went up that we don't know about, that's all. Right, who's gonna go through every person?
The budget from last year changed to this year.
It didn't.
I think you really gotta wait till you can talk to Ben, because he's the one that has the big numbers.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean, we need that figure
Yeah.
of what's our new assessed value of the town. If we get that much money, this is what each individual needs to kick in,
These,
right?
these guys are not your mathematicians, I don't see any, master's degree in math up here, no blame. I don't have one either, but he's the guy who knows the numbers, and I really think, you're just beating up on the selectmen for the
No,
problem.
they don't, they're beating up on, but you're bringing up a point.
They legitimate.
The point, no, it's better.
You know what I mean,
I know what you mean.
you know what I mean.
Right, right.
All the expenses and everything, the budget stays same. After the budget goes up by the inflation. And if our budget was $2 million and inflation was 3%, the budget goes up $60,000.
No, it isn't. No. It's what the town needs for the budget. It's what the town has to spend for the
I'm just
budget.
demonstrating, if everything stays the same, and the only reason the budget goes up is because of inflation. And inflation is 3%.
The budget don't follow the federal inflation, it follows the inflation that the town has.
That's Brian, how much stone has gone up.
Well, yeah, that's the town, it's not the fed, when the fed sets the inflation 3.5%, that's not doing town. But that's why we put money in the general fund, I thought, so we can, take care of contingencies like that.
Plus, for a town this size, they want us to have $1.5 million into the general fund. So if anything happens or anything there.
Who's that?
State,
Why do they think that we should carry $1.5 million? It's not their town.
I know, but what happens if something happens?
Like a standard.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is too, if we go back to the Norman McKinney days, we had $4 million. And all of a sudden, we got this guy that's at the town meeting every year telling Bolton how to spend our money, we're down to $1.5 million and the taxes are going up.
Well, these storms come.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
that's,
maybe that guy weren't really, I mean, why do we put a whole town into this guy's hands? I can't remember who he is, the Italian guy that sits there at all the town meetings.
Yeah, he's the accountant, the head accountant and stuff.
The accountant.
yeah.
So we just blindly listen to him on how to spend money.
So have we,
Like I said, we went from 4 million down to now we're scraping to keep 1.5 million in. And our taxes are gonna go down a bit. You know what I mean?
They went down 1 year while we went through that, while we spent money.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, everybody's mill rate goes down for 1 year, but there weren't enough to suck up $2.5 million. I mean, what's our yearly budget for the town?
But the accountant does the audit, and who audits the accountant? The same. It ain't the first time it had to audit the accountant in that town.
Well, that was,
Cass was one of them.
that's another reason why they changed accountants from who they had Goulberry and Powell's.
Yeah.
They went to this R.H.R. Smith.
Yeah.
Just on account of that.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of towns, about every 2 years, they're going to a different accountant.
Yeah.
And also,
How long we had this accountant?
oh, I don't know. Well, as long as I've been a selectman, so 4 years anyway, that I know of. There's a formula, and I can't remember just what it is here, what your amount of tax in the evaluation or something like that, and that sets your mill rate. Is how you determine that and stuff. But you know, I gotta be honest with you, you know, here, you got a problem, there's no doubt in my mind, this mistake made on yours, yeah. But I'm worried about next year. You know, next year, with the state not taking in the revenue that they're off, where are they, when we need money for the school districts and stuff, where is that gonna come from? You know, it's,
And so why is it proper for the state to mandate crap to us when they don't even follow that 55% rule that they're supposed to do
That's
for
a
the school budget?
huge question. Nobody's got the answer.
Why
It
is
doesn't
that?
matter. No, don't ask.
Why don't we just say to hell with it? Let them come after us and we can bring that up to them.
the guy's
Why are
name
we
is,
scared of the state?
the guy's name is John Ledoux. He's the head of taxation for the state, he might be the one you wanna talk to, Freddie.
Give me the number. John Ledoux,
John Ledoux,
they spell it
L-A-D-U-E,
in his title.
he's the head of taxation for the state of Maine.
Must have a title.
I'll bet you could find it on the web.
I bet I could.
Your grandchildren could do it for you.
You know, it's like I said, I mean, mandates are mandates aren't laws.
You know, mandate.
I can mandate that you go out and run around that field, you're not gonna do it, right? Right, mandates are not laws, the state's different.
Yeah, but they
So
can
it's-
yank the rest of your funding.
That's what he was saying, right?
Exactly.
But
the big
legally though, if we formed a legal challenge and, you know, I mean, does anybody even try to say,
No, they use the power of the purse to
yeah,
make you do what
Right.
they want you to do.
Yeah,
Why?
The federal government is saying that.
okay.
obituaries, for William.
You know, I can't find anything either.
There's nothing coming up for Bill, William,
No.
for Bill. There's nothing for Bill or William.
I look on stateofmaine.gov.
Yeah, go to taxation.
Okay.
He's the guy that come to the library that night and give us a talk on, you know, if you wanted to put your land in,
Yep.
forest management land and stuff like that, or open space. Smart cookie. But he's the rulemaker guy, you know?
Very good mindset.
Yeah. Doesn't set up.
You'll find nothing either. this one here, Ladue, St. Louis lowers taxes, but there's nothing in the state of Maine. Bill Ladue lowers taxes in the St. Louis area.
You know what Ladou's name is coming up?
No. Oh, look around tomorrow.
You go into taxation?
There's a guy in an orange jumpsuit, John Ladue.
I think I've done all I can do. Gentlemen, have a good night. Thank you, son.
See you next Tuesday, probably.
Yeah, I'll be, yeah, if he comes.
We'll let you know. We'll post, it'll be posted. You want to sign out front too, Danielle?
Again, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
When you're ready.
Hello? I was gonna ask you how you made it on your trail thing.
No, not good yet.
We got the high up? Are you still working with the state on that too?
Higgins, yeah. Hey,
Well, that's it, agenda, about, Debbie, you got anything else you wanna bring up?
not really.
Wes, you got anything?
I said what I had to about Deb Liddy and Chica.
Okay. Ma'am, you were, I don't know your name.
Julia,
Julia, hi.
hi. No, I came, we started out right at the beginning with what I came for.
Kathy?
A question, how did the water test come out
Yeah, I don't know.
for the building here?
Oh, the building?
There was a small coliform hit, and we talked to Water. They're actually coming up tomorrow to look at the system, but they said it's some sort of contamination. It's so low, they would never treat for it, so we have to retest. So I'm gonna talk to them tomorrow about retesting, if that's something they can do, or if we just do the same test we did before.
Okay, because I noticed a little sign on the water cooler and I was just curious.
That's for because of COVID. It's got nothing to do with the water.
Okay, all right, good to know.
Yep.
Okay.
I know I had one more thing.
No, you have to tell
They
us.
delivered an office trailer to buy its bid somewhere, and I got a notice, forestry notice, and they're starting to cut trees.
Oh, okay.
So things are starting.
On another note, the Historical Society has gotten most of their stuff out. I think they're trying to hit the September 1 date. So that space will be available for renting. And with the rental goes the elevator, part and parcel. Might be a tough sell, but might be a great one.
Yeah.
Don't know. We'll see how that goes. The book sale went well. We're doing okay. We're trying to stay ahead of all the different inspections that are necessary and the paperwork and so forth. Matt's got a good handle on doing the numbers, so we seem to be in fairly good order at the moment. I don't know how it's gonna do without getting that rent in from the historical on a monthly basis, but we'll find out how it goes. On a book-related note, I upgraded some of the books down here in the little bookcase, took out ones that didn't seem to be going anywhere and try and get people using that. And we're opening up the library next week, limited amounts of people, distance and masks, and, right now we've got a fair amount of curbside activity. Interlibrary loans back in action, so we're going forward.
Joe?
No, what's that? I'm all set.
Okay. I've got a couple things. I just wanted to, Danielle, did you, order new caution tape or replace,
Nope,
from the fire department?
I can.
I told Jason to replace that.
Okay. How much do you think? Like,
One
quantity?
roll, depends on where one roll comes in. I still got some in my truck, though.
One good size roll?
Yeah. And did we ever get money for the light fixtures from,
We're doing them. Oh, from CIA?
CIA, yeah.
I don't know if Debbie,
You don't know.
I don't know if Debbie got a check or not, I can look into it, I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I just thinking of that today.
I know this stuff's all.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
The scrap, you put it all
Scrap,
that scrap
yeah.
on.
I mean, I'm just curious.
I can ask, yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. And you called Central Maine about that street light that was out on Cram Road?
I did, yep, is it
Yeah,
fixed?
they haven't fixed it yet, so.
Okay. Cram Road it was?
Cram Road and Wentworth.
I did get a complaint, separate subject, but, the Depot Road, when you come off Depot Road and you got into 113, I guess there was an accident and people can't see this way off to the left because of the trees. So I've got to call into DOT, so hopefully they're gonna trim that.
Yeah. Why, you got it?
The only thing I get, did the vacuum cleaner come in?
Yes, it came today. It came today.
So he's all set with it?
Yep, it's in here in the box.
Okay, good.
Yep. I took a recommendation from Granger and I checked Amazon and it was like $40 cheaper on Amazon, same vacuum cleaner.